Hello guys, welcome back once again to my CFO channel. So today we'll be learning how to create an invoice. Alright, so in order to create an invoice in Xero, you can either start from quote. When the quote is accepted, you convert that quote into an invoice, or you can create an invoice straight away. Alright, so let's look at the first instances where we will learn how to convert as accepted quote into an invoice. So let's click on the business tab, go to quotes. Once you click on quotes, you can see all the various quotes that have been sent. So you have here all the drafts, the drafted quotes, those that were sent, but meaning it wasn't accepted or declined yet. 0 has been declined, 1 has been accepted, and 1 has been converted into an invoice. So you can see that any number of code that you have been able to convert into an invoice will be displayed as well. Alright, so let's see here. We are learning how to convert an accepted quote into an invoice. So now you can see that from here this quote has been accepted. So now let's convert it into an invoice. So to do that, you click on this checkbox. So once you do that, you can see here print, the code, delete it, send, copy to. So you can copy this code to as another code, or mark as an invoice, or create invoice from this code. So you can mark this as an invoice. So once you mark this as an invoice, the system will automatically convert that into an invoice. So you can see here that now 2 invoices has been created. So let's click on this code that will convert an invoice recently. So you can see here the invoice date, issue date was this, the code number. So one thing about the code to an invoice is that the code reference will also be shown on the invoice number as well. Alright, so you can click on the PDF to see the details of that invoice. So I've seen the codes here that were converted to an invoice. Okay, so let's come back here. So that's the first way of creating an invoice. Now let's assume that we are hot. We with no issue in quotes. We are going to create invoice from scratch. So to do that, you click on the business tab again. You click on invoices. Once you click on the invoices, you can see from the tab here new invoice. Under the drop down, you can see new invoice here, new repeating invoices. Then you can also, one thing about the Xero is that you can group the various customers in the system, so that you can issue invoices to them at once. So imagine you have a client that you create invoice for them on monthly basis, or the same information about 10 different clients. So you can just click on those clients and then you create an invoice to them once at a time. They can also have the ability to issue new credit notes, send statement, import, export the invoice. You can also set up invoice reminders which shall be on or off. So when you click on that, you can see previously it was showing off. Once I have click on that, you can do what, change it into what to be on the online payments. Alright, so I'll focus then on invoice. You can see that the drafts. So you have here 11 invoices have been started but were not completed. Then awaiting approval. This is where someone who doesn't have an approval function, when they create an invoice and submit it for approval, it will be waiting here for the approval to authorize it. Once the invoice has been authorized, then to go to awaiting payment. So the system will debit receivables and credit revenue. So once cash is not received instantly, then those payments will be awaiting to receive. Then once they have been paid, then you see here all the monies that have been received from the customer on the date as well and amount. Alright, so today our focus is to create a simple invoice. So to do that, you click on new invoice here. So once you click on new invoice, the first thing here is to select the customer that you are issuing this invoice to. So let's again start typing, then maybe you can choose Bank West. Then again the issue date here. Then again, once you select the bank West, you can see that there's a pop-up here, add last items. So meaning that there is machine learning in this system here. So now the system is able to recognize that you have done some previous transaction to Bank West. So now if you don't know what exactly what this customer is about, when you click on the last items added, automatically you can see that the system automatically recognizes that in the previous last invoice you issued 3 different items to Bank Invoice, half day training, Microsoft, and all this. So you can see, so this is one great feature about Xero, which recognize the machine learning application. Alright, so and also have here the due date of the invoice and then the invoice number, which shall be automated. Then you can put here training as a reference. Then you can also set up manage the online payment. So you can see here PayPal will be enabled once you are okay, or you can also set up a new one if you want to. You can also change this one to maybe the name of the payer here, so I can choose here and then save it. I'm good to go. So you can see the name has now changed. Then assuming the base currency for this company is what? USD. So assuming this invoice is to a different customer in our home country, we can choose Euro. So meaning that this invoice will be issued in Euro, receivables that will be outstanding will be in euros. So at the end of the period, the system will have to convert this euro into USD. So that will create exchange gain or losses. Alright, so and then you also have the ability to be able to create so many type of invoice type in the system. So let's accept the standard invoice type. Then we're also saying that if this invoice amount here, they are exclusive for VAT, meaning that the system will now calculate VATs on this amount. But where this amount here they include VAT, then the system will now work it back to get the amount before the VAT. So as you can see here, so these 3 here include VAT. So 400 by 3 give us the 1002. That's the total invoice. So the system is able to work out the invoice, the VAT component on each of these amounts. Let's check out excluding VAT. So the system will now calculate the amount on each of these 400 euros here. So now the total invoice amount should be more than what? 1,200. And as you can see here, the converted or the base equivalent amount USD of this is what? 2,488.51 USD dollars. And then the exchange rate is what? $1 is equal to 0.52 euro. Alright. You can also have the ability to attach an image or maybe sales document, contract documents alongside, so that anytime you look for or you select this invoice, you can always have these documents attached to it. So this make your auditing process is very smooth. You don't have to manually be looking for invoices, because every invoices or documents will be attached to every single transaction. So once you're okay, you can also preview how this invoice will look like. So as you can see here, to from, then date here, So as you can see all the various VAT here, and then the converted amount here, and the notes. When paying by check, please complete this payment advice touch or this. Then online payment sources here, so you can use this to pay online. So this invoice, this pay now will be displayed on your invoice pay now button. So I'll click on the other side to see how it will look like. So you can also approve it. You can also approve and submit for approval, or you can also send approve and get a link, or you can also approve and print it as well. So let's get a link. So you can see here, so you see that this link here, when you share it to the customer will see the invoice as pay now. All right, so now once we have clicked on approve it, you can see that this invoice is under the tab set us awaiting payment. Okay, so in case we have, so now let's go back to the invoice here. You can see that this invoice is now being awaiting payment, 1299 euro. Alright, so in case you want to receive money here, deposit, or you can also print this invoice, email it to the customer, or you can even copy this invoice as another invoice I will send it here. So you can also select the contact. So let's say this invoice we are going to select it as a quote, bill, or this. So it's a hot, you can use it as a hot, it's a quote or package order or bill. Do you get? For example, we want to this invoice, we are going to use it to the item that we are going to purchase is from another supplier. So we can now convert this invoice amount as a purchase order. So later we'll learn how to do a purchase order. Alright, so today our focus is on invoice. So I believe today we have learned something, how to create an invoice. We learn how to be able to create invoice from a draft to approval, and then be able to send an invoice link to a customer to make an online payment. Okay, so in the next video we'll learn how to create repeating or automate invoice processes. Thank you very much. Kindly click on the like button, also subscribe to our channel to enjoy our videos. Let's learn and grow together. See you again in the next video.